I'm Mckenna. I'm the CEO of Mckenna Consultants. Amongst many things, we help organisations transform their strategy execution. We work with a bunch of different companies, from tech companies, financial institutions, charities, startups, scales up, so right across the board. I first got involved with OKRs totally by accident. One of my clients, I was working with them doing an agile transformation. They'd read about OKRs and they just assumed that because I do agile stuff, I also knew about OKRs, which I did to a degree. So I started then learning more about how I can help them embed OKRs with their agile transformation. And from there, it really just took off. OKRs are coming really relevant now for a lot of the companies that I work with, and the reason why I think that is the market's changing, the market's evolving, whether it's AI, remote work, or some of the economic constraints that we're all seeing. That's meaning that companies are trying to do more with less. So they really want to get the most out of the people, the teams, the resources that they have. So OKRs help to really give them that laser focus and help them tie the loop again. So I think OKRs as a tool are really forcing organisations to prioritising the right work and making sure that we're doing the right stuff to really push the organisation forward. So when it comes to embedding OKRs effectively, they've got to make it part of their habits, part of their culture, and make sure that those OKRs are not something we look at once a year. It's ingrained in how we do things day to day. You've got to first of all get everybody on the same page. You've got to build that shared understanding of what OKRs are and what they mean to the organisation. So I would say start by investing in the training. Make sure that your leaders are all aligned. They all agree on the importance of OKRs and how we're going to use them before we start to distill that throughout the organisation. Once you've done that, you need to make OKRs the most important thing every time you get together. So every time you have a town hall, every time you have a company all hands, whatever you might call it, start with the OKRs. If you're training all of your leaders, it shows you're serious. You know, it shows to the rest of the organisation that we're taking this seriously and we're investing in doing this properly. If, which I've seen in some organisations, the leaders think we don't need the training, we can just read the book and we can send all of our people on the training, that really doesn't show that you're invested. What that shows is that the leaders don't see the value of how those OKRs are going to help them transform their business. So I think it's that commitment I think is really important. OKR champions are a real game changer and important in the organisation because they're the people who are going to keep the wheels turning. Organisations, they don't want to be hiring coaches and consultants like myself forever. So it's really important that they invest in their own people who, once I've left, and other people like me, they can carry the torch and they can be there as experts to coach, to lead, to train everybody else in the organisation once we've got the OKRs set up and running. So without the OKR champions, you know, it's likely that you'll fail. You know, you need somebody to keep the momentum going. Change can take a long time, and that's why these people are there, to make sure that we don't lose sight of the impact that we're trying to have. Champions are a real game changer and important in the organisation. They keep that continuous improvement mindset going. So they're constantly challenging the OKRs, constantly challenging whether we're stretching and the OKRs are ambitious as they are. If you don't have somebody in that role who's offering that different voice, it can become a little bit of an echo chamber. So you really want to create that mindset of we can do better, how can we go further, what can we try differently? And that's a key part of that OKR champion role. When people ask me about OKR mentors, the biggest thing that stands out is that community. It's a group of smart, supportive, experienced coaches and consultants who always there when you need them, amazing to bounce ideas off, amazing to collaborate, work with together as well. And yeah, it's just great to be involved with a group of people who all, you know, want to have a similar impact wherever it is that they're working. Since working with OKR mentors, it's really elevated parts of our business. So 1 year ago to today, we've increased the number of OKR clients 3 times that we have, solely through working with this community. So not only is it through referrals from within the community, it's also the increased exposure that we're getting. So we're quite active in the community, we contribute to the white papers, to the webinars, and that increased visibility has really started to build more credibility for Mckenna consultants within the strategy execution space. So if another consultancy was considering joining OKR Mentors, I'd say just do it. OKR Mentors is for me, it's the number one in the industry. It provides the tools, the content, and the main thing, the community that you're going to need to really be a thought leader and be successful in your OKR practice.